Videos like this really do make you feel small, huh? Seems like they haven't done anything about this. Nothing much has changed. Hmm. You would think I'd try to cover this up at this point. Who am I kidding? Of course they would. What a familiar sight. Doesn't seem like much changed here. It'll be alright, Edmund. I've always hated feeling nostalgic. But who knows, maybe getting out of the hell that is the overworld might actually be nice for once. At least to check up on an old house. I haven't been back down here in what? Months at this point, I would say. No way, it feels weirdly nostalgic. You don't really see fire everywhere. You know, maybe that's not the right thing to be nostalgic about. No. I definitely do miss some aspects of here. Definitely appreciate the fact that I could think in peace for the most part. And that, well, I'm not accused of being something I'm not. At least others, when back down here, would just say they wanted to take my shit. And honestly, I appreciate that more than the blatant bullshit the surface have given me. So it's nice to kind of get back to a normal for once. I think Kaylee would like the fact that I'm visiting home. At least hope she would. Don't dwell on those thoughts, Edmund. Don't dwell on those thoughts. You may be feeling slightly lonely, but you have Tech back at home and the new dog. You fucking kidding me? Of course, people don't have the fucking common decency to not break someone's fence. Great. It only took me a while to make this goddamn bridge. Whatever. Surprised the Hoglin heads haven't rotted yet. Of course. Of course, someone is near my house. Great. Hey. Hello? Oh my god. Hi.
Mint.
Oh. It's you. Why are you near my old house?
It's on the way.
To the portal? Yeah, I get it. Honestly
There's-
surprised these guys have stayed around. I let them out when I left.
I didn't want them to. I didn't want them to. Shh.
Well, in the end, it's the natural cycle of life. Um.
I've been coming around. I haven't taken anything.
I mean, there's not really anything to take here.
Nonetheless, it's in good shape. The pigs are healthy.
I mean, that'll only last so long. I mean, one day a hoglin's gonna show up and probably plow through them, but what can you do?
You've been gone.
Yeah, I have. I
You
don't. I have food. I'm fine. I don't stay in the Nether. I haven't stayed in here in a long time. Ever since the portal opened, I left.
are you coming back?
No, I'm not. Just came to look at my old house. Maybe do a bit of exploring. But I'm not coming back down here. Despite how bad up there is, I'm never staying down here again.
It's safe. It's safe. It's safe.
It's not. It never has been safe down here. I would know.
It's better than surface.
Anything that's bad about up there, besides the goddamn rain and the water, the people being pieces of shit. Other than that, if you're by yourself, you're completely fine.
Will always find you. Even if you're not a scheming, they find you. I know that.
Well, not much you can do than other than just to tell them to leave you alone. And if they don't, I'm not opposed to violence at this point. It's done with people. I mean, even then, people find us down here anyway. You know how many times other schemings have tried to take something of mine, say they're gonna rob me of everything I'm worth, all this yada yada yada. Ugh.
We survived.
We did. Well, I did.
Survived by hiding.
Hmm.
That's a coward way. You've survived the right way.
no really such thing as a coward's way. I say the people who tried to attack me are cowards. What? If you're gonna just rob someone of everything they're worth, leave them to die? Because they're suffering themselves? If they put that much effort into tracking me down and trying to steal all of my supplies, into actually hunting for hoglins, pigs, everything down here, they would have survived no problem. They took the coward's way out of attacking other people because they're too scared. Or they're just crazy. No matter what.
Just us. They're cowards.
They are.
They thought they could threaten me into silence because I knew more than they were letting on, and they thought I was going to tell, and I told them it wasn't any of my business. They were too obtuse to understand anything further than a yes or a no. So they said we're the good guys, and then they told me if you don't say yes or no, we're gonna fucking kill you.
What?
So
Calm down for a minute. What the? I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, genuinely. If you say the just, I don't know who those people are.
They think they're doing the right thing.
Who? You keep saying the just. I don't. You keep saying that. I don't know who those people are.
The hoblin, the one you were talking to. He was going to tell. He was mad that he was angry that threatening my life did not have any effect. But some people aren't afraid to die, so he said, I know something about you, so you definitely don't want to say anything. And what I knew was a murder that happened, but I hadn't told anyone. I hadn't told anyone. I hadn't worked with anyone. There was 2 minsters that went into the casino.
And only one came out.
Neither came out. Neither minster came out. I found out.
Of course, that piece.
I found out one of them is alive, but one of them is not. I just used context clues. It was pretty easy.
Of course. Of course.
So when one of them dragged me into their investigation at the masquerade. She kept going back on her word, and I went to tell her that the deal was off because she was a traitor to me, and then they said I was eavesdropping, which apparently surface dwellers do not like when someone listens in too long. That is not something I knew. They might know who I am. They might not.
Right.
to drag me into it. It's always the Assyrians. It's always the Assyrians, but it's the Assyrians.
I'm done with this shit. Sorry you had to go through that. It's not fun. I've been through it multiple times.
You don't have to do anything.
What?
Remember? The I saw you almost got into an altercation with that man.
What one?
The 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 faceless, two faceless men.
Erebus and Grimsley. Yeah. You know, I tried to help out the people above. Because, yeah, those two aren't that good. But at this point, I don't care. I genuinely could care less about the people up there. And I'm just gonna live peacefully by myself. Because I'm tired of getting backstabbed and betrayed, left behind multiple goddamn times at this point. And I'm a little bit fed up. So yeah, I was trying to help these people out, despite the fact of anything that's happening up there is not really my business. Because, well, it's just not. It's their problems, but I tried to help. I gave them my time. Every other time, I could have said no to something they were asking of me, yet I kept helping. I kept helping more and more and more and more, to the point where I just got fucked over and I was left behind to die. So, I'm living by myself now. Moved away from my old house that I showed you, and now, just living somewhere else.
Why, if you don't mind me asking, why do you want to help the world?
Why did I want to help the world? Because as much as I don't like the people up there, I don't believe the world deserves to suffer for a few shitty people. Because here's the thing, Miracle. There is a world outside of Absinthe. It's not just a little island. There's more out there. At least I'm guessing. Because, I mean, if the world was just this island, how shitty would that be, huh? And so, if all those relics are taken, this world would have been fucked. And I have been trying to help find out what happened to those relics. Find out where they are so we can protect them. But each time I help them at all, I get fucked over. So they can do it by themselves at this point. I don't care.
Maybe kindness to us is poison to them, and that's why we're stuck down here.
I already know the legends. I already know the reasons. In all honesty, there's only, at this point, one person I even really give two shits about up there. But even then, I don't even know if they're lying to me at this point. For all I know, they're lying. And a man by the name... Well, I don't know his name. He's an owl. You know what those are. A race. I mean...
Uglon.
Exactly. He's one of those. And apparently the guy is old. apparently the guy knew my mom, or at least someone in my family. Hmm. So,
But
could be
who?
lying. I'm not saying he's saying the truth. But, I mean, he's a crazy old man. I can overpower him if he tried anything.
But if 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 the outside world is so awful, if the people there, if the beauty of the outside world gets tainted by the poison of its people, they'll just ruin it.
And if
We, it's up to. It's just an inevitability.
maybe, but in the end of the day, who knows? Maybe it's just Absinthe that are full of dicks. Full of shitty people. I mean, we don't know who else is out there. For all we know, there's actual kind people somewhere in this godforsaken world. People who don't betray their friends. Who backstab and leave people behind when the situation is dire. You never know.
So far, uh, there haven't been any.
Not to mention.
There was one, but
Hmm?
there was one I found, but even to the outside world, he's an outlier in personality, outcasted.
Who is he?
Porto.
Ah, that guy. I know him. Not a bad kid.
When, 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 when the when the Hoblin threatened me and threatened to both who I was, the Assyrian and the Sentry, protector of everyone, and everyone, they stood by and watched, but Porto stopped him. He was
I
the only one that
see.
interfered. Was, so I told Porto, I told him, don't get involved. If things get bad, this place is safe. This place is safe.
He wouldn't be safe to him. A lot of
This,
people aren't fire resistant. At least
but
some are. We are. But he isn't.
but those faceless men, they were talking about a new world, right?
I've never heard about that.
They 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 can we can you can just leave those this just leave it behind. Leave those awful and vitriolic, the just so called. We can just leave them behind. We don't need them. We can make a better future for future generations. Things don't have to be this bad. We don't have to live in hell, both in experience and in location. Things can be kind. People can have a normal life.
The thing that I have learned throughout all this is no matter what you want, it's not gonna be perfect. And look at me. I just wanted to get out of the underworld and cause chaos, probably try to hunt people down, hurt people. Yet I didn't. Instead, I tried to live a peaceful life, because in the end, that's what I really wanted. Wanted peace. I wanted to be able to actually enjoy what life had to offer. For the first week, I would say it was fine. It was peaceful. It was quiet. I just enjoyed looking at that sun in the distance set as the moon began to rise. But then it got ruined. Claiming I was a traitor. Treason, I think. Yeah, it was treason. Claiming I did treason against a place known as the Maw. I was sent to trial. And then, despite the jury saying I was innocent, the judge tried to say I was guilty.
The judge?
Yep. And then a day later,
What is a judge?
someone who has authority over people basically gets to decide life or death. I got out of that situation because I was let go. But at this point, I've taken it as a lesson. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much you claim that you're going to have a perfect world, a perfect life, a happy life, or something you just enjoy, you won't. Because in the end, they'll just be ripped away from you. You'll be dragged into something else.
Doesn't have to be perfect, though. It maybe it'll be difficult in the process, but for the future of our kin, it can be
Our future's already
kinder.
burnt. Let's be honest. Most of our own kin are dead. They're gone. And the remaining pretty much percent are crazy, are killers, horrible people, or just have no care in the world for anyone but themselves. There's only a handful of us who have been able to keep our sanity. To not let ourselves die. Our kin has already been screwed over.
Then, if not for the future, I can. If it's just at the very least me, even if I'm not a fighter, I want to make a kinder future. You, maybe. I don't fight, so you don't have to worry about me getting killed.
At the moment, I'm not doing anything. People can do what they want. I've already been around the ringer enough times throughout my life. Been betrayed enough times on my life. I'm just tired. The longest time I wanted to get out. I got out. So what do I do with my life now? And there's no answer for that. Because I don't know. The only people who knows what they want to do with their own lives are the people themselves. The longest time I wanted to get out. So now I'm just juggling between everything, deciding what I want to do. I've tried to be a good person. I've not done anything wrong. I haven't killed anyone. I haven't hurt anyone. And yet, time and time again, I got fucked over. Yeah, I'm not stooping down to their level. I'm not gonna all of a sudden try to destroy a world that didn't ask to be destroyed. It didn't ask for these people to be pieces of shit. So where does that leave me? A place in the weird middle? As contrary to what all these other people believe, this goddamn world isn't black and white.
You didn't deserve that.
Most people don't.
But you didn't deserve it.
Not much I can do now. It's happened. More than once. My kindness has been overused. I'm just gonna spend the rest of my days by myself, relaxing in a new home I've made. Then one day, it'll be over.
Those people, they offered me. They told me I'm part of this now. They told me I was going to fight for their cause. Those people can burn. I'm here for my kin. I want you to be okay. And I'm going to make not just a world, but a place where you don't have to worry about how and who is going to betray you. I want you to be okay. And I'm going to make sure of it. I'm going to make sure of it. I won't let this happen. I won't.
Oh, sorry. That out of character. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Okay, get back in the character. That was fucking. I accidentally misclicked. You know that is like. I can't wait for like. There's been so many people so far who've probably accidentally misclicked at like the worst time. And obviously, it's not in character at all. It's like they just have to out of character go. Yeah, that was by accident. I think that's like the first time I've done that. So anyway, let's go back to the character.
They were the good guys. Oh, no, there are no good guys. There are no good guys, and if I have to be the one to them burn, if I have to be the one to stick a knife in their back, I'll do it. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'll make them know. I'll make sure that you deserve better than this. We deserve better than this.
And yet how? Let me ask you this. How can we make a better future for ourselves, our own kin, when any step of the direction we take will be seen as the bad guys?
I'm willing to take a chance. I'll be a scapegoat.
It doesn't matter if there's one person taking the blame or if it's multiple. Because in the end of the day, We'll use it as fuel for the fire, as I say. A reason
There
to hate
won't
our
be a
kin.
they.
There always will be a they. Can't get rid of what people fear, what they dislike.
No,
What?
there won't, there doesn't have to be a there. There can just be, there, just,
There will always be a they. I'm sorry to tell you that.
then we just get rid of them,
And then what do the remainder
right?
of the people think? We kill
The
people
people
just because they're
are,
afraid of us?
that's what they did to us, right?
It is. It is.
You don't have to be the bad guy. Because you're not. But I know what I am. You didn't deserve it. You don't deserve any of this. You deserve better. And it's safer here.
I'm not staying here. If that's what you're trying to imply. I've grown tired of looking at the lava. The fire. I did it for over 190 years. As hell as the surface above is, I'd much rather go through what's going on up there than this hell.
But when the world is remade and made into something kinder, well, you'll still be there, right?
Who knows?
But you'll still be there, right?
I don't know.
It's safe down here where it's things have always been the same, but history repeats. The books always they always do that. The relics go missing, and then things go bad, and then everyone goes against each other, and then before you know it, there's a new beginning in everyone. But this time, things will be different. There doesn't have to be suffering. There doesn't have to be suffering. You don't have to suffer.
There will always be suffering. That's something I've had to learn myself. If you lose a loved one, even in the perfect world, you'll suffer.
But you can be happy. You
How?
I'll fight. I'll do it for you.
No. You want to do something, do it for your own self.
I'll do it so I can see you happy.
I've lost the thing that made me happy a long time ago, kid.
We'll find it. We'll find it. When things start anew, we'll find it.
It's not something you can find.
Is it something you can remember?
It's not a something. It was someone.
That- if you remember them, then you have to write it down. I always bring an empty book with me. It has to be written down so
I
you don't lose it.
don't
If
need to write it down to remember.
thoughts fade, history repeats, history remains. People die, history doesn't.
I'll be fine.
Sure.
I will always remember them. In all honesty, the only reason I'm even alive right now is because I lived for them. I guess that adds another reason as to why I don't know what I want to do with my own life.
Edmund, is it okay if I still call you that?
It's my name.
I know. I don't call people by their name most of the time. If if you don't mind, though, I do want to make kind of future for you, so that at the very least, in things will be kind, even if it's a small amount, even if it's even if even if it's barely even noticeable, even you don't deserve it. You don't deserve to suffer the way that you did. You don't deserve all those eyes on you. You didn't deserve to go through what you did, and you didn't deserve all those people and those Syrians that Syrian that the
In the end of the day, take my life as an example.
you're not an example. You're a living person.
I'm saying take it as an example. Don't live your life for someone else. Look at me. I've survived almost 200 years. Yet, I don't know what I want to do with myself after all of it. I thought I did. I really did. I guess people made me change my mind on that. It's something you need to think about. But for now, I need to head home.
Well, will I see you again?
Most likely. It's not like I'm dead. All I'll say, be careful about around the Erebus guy. I
He's
don't
not
like.
that bad. He fine. He didn't try to kill me. Even if I'm toyed around and puppeted with, I and killed, and and killed and killed. I'd rather that than I'd rather that than what they did to me. And what the just did to me. I'd rather that.
All I'm saying is be careful around the guy. I've not had good experiences with him. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. I don't know if you like, but it,
It's alright. It's a kind gesture.
I'm not good at advice.
It's alright.
Thanks for, being, I, hope you'll be alright.
I will.
Don't die.
I won't. I always bounce back after all. No matter what happens, I always bounce back. No. Life, in a way, used to be simple. Wake up, hunt, watch the portal, see if it got weaker, then sleep. It was simple. Yet, more and more I think about it, the more unhappy I feel. Yet when I think more about my time on the surface so far, all the pain I've been through, all the betrayal I went through, I don't like it up there either. So, there's the question. Is there even a place I would enjoy living in? A place I can be happy? They'd be so disappointed if they saw me now. How pathetic. The only way I've been able to live my life for over 100 goddamn years is all because I led my life through the whole promise I made. That if she couldn't see it, I would. And I've completed that goal. I've seen the sky, the sunset, the moon. I've seen all of it. Finished our promise. So what now? I wanted to kill so many of them. Get vengeance for what happened to our fucking people. Because they fucking deserve that. But I didn't. Because I was shown through someone else that not all of them are like that. And that person still ended up betraying me. And that plan fell through. I tried to live my life peacefully. A life where I didn't harm them, as long as they didn't hurt me. And yet they still fucked me over. And then I get this entire fucking relic bullshit pushed right onto me. Can you keep Abel here for a while? Sure, turns into training them to live in the Nev. Live here. Then it turns, let's go to a masquerade party. To whoops, I seem suspicious as hell. To then faking identities to try and find out more where the relics are hidden. Then get left behind by two goddamn cowards! No matter what, I'm going to keep living. I will keep living. But not for myself. Because who knows what I really want. Not for others. But just because I don't want to see the disappointment on your face when I appear there. I'd rather live for another 100 years than see that disappointment. Miracle person, despite pretty much being mentally ill, at least at a certain point in the end. This world doesn't have any kindness, safety. But neither does this one. That brings the question if really there is any place that truly is nice and safe. Would you look at that? Seems I was down there all day. At least the house is doing alright. I think it's time to head home. I am rather tired.